Hello students. Now let's start with the chapter Federalism. Now to understand what is federalism, let us just get back and compare and contrast between Belgium and Sri Lanka as we discussed in the last chapter. You will see and you can recall that one of the key changes made in the constitution of Belgium was to reduce the power of the central government and to give these powers to the regional government. This was the arrangement which they followed, and because of this, the conflict and the tension which prevailed between the Dutch and the French was, eradicated. So regional governments did exist before the amendments were made in the Belgian constitution. But they had their roles and powers. But all these powers were given to these governments and could be withdrawn by the central government. Okay, so you try to understand it was the system, the arrangement of vertical power sharing in Belgium was not the same. This change they brought in. Before the amendment, there was more power in the hands of the central government, though the state governments existed. But after the amendments, like 4 times they amended the constitution, then these changes were brought in, and now the powers of the central government was taken and given to the state government, making them almost equally powerful as the central government. Okay, so let's move further. Okay, now we'll see that there are two types of power sharing arrangement if we look at the vertical power sharing. As it is very clear from the slide that there are two types. One is federal government and the other is unitary government. Now let us understand and try to contrast. Now in federal government there are two levels of governments. One is at the central level and there are states governments, because any country it's divided into states, okay, smaller units as we have in a country. While in unitary government there is only one level of government, and that is known as central government or the national government. Second, the political powers are shared, means the powers of the central government, they have got certain powers, they take care of the entire country, while the powers of the state government is that they take care of their own states. So in this way the political powers is shared between the two levels of the governments in federal government, while in unitary government political power is held by central government only. See students, many a times since different countries, they may divide the country into subunits, like states only you can call it. In many countries it's province, like in Pakistan they use the word province. It's the same thing. Subunits we'll call it, okay. But here they don't have any kind of political power. The division of the country is done into subunits only because of, for administrative reasons, for better and easy working. Clear? Now next we see the constitution is rigid and codified. Here the constitution is flexible and uncodified. Now this, though this point is not mentioned in the book, of course, so this is a little extra. We already know, like the Indian constitution, it is both flexible and rigid, we say. But here in federal government, because it is power sharing between two levels of government, so to make it more robust, that means not much confusion is created. So few, a set of rules are mentioned in the constitution which cannot change. That is rigidity. That is rigid, codified. Okay? And it cannot change basically, in simple words. But here in unitary government, the constitution is flexible. Like it can be amended whenever they want, The central government feels that let us change this particular law, they could do it very easily. It's not that difficult. And uncodified, that is what uncodified means. Uncodified and uncodified better, that you have to, like, basically there's a process, and through that only, and that also, it's basically, and that is, the changes cannot be brought, and in unitary government the changes can be brought. Now the last point, let us see, two different types of law are there in the central government and state laws. Central laws and state laws, this is this is present in the federal government, while in unitary government, basically, in unitary government, see, there only one set of law, and that is uniform. Uniform law means it's same everywhere. They may be having units, but the law for the entire country is one. Like Sri Lanka adopted unitary form of government, and we know that that is, it's a kind of that, it's okay, where centralized planning is done, centralized everything. Act was passed in Sinhalese. They did not take care of the Tamils, whatever, whatsoever. But look at Belgium, they converted themselves, transformed themselves. And we all know about our own country. Fine? So let us here, very important point, as you can see, students. Thus, Belgium shifted from a unitary to a federal form of government. Are you getting it? Is it clear? So you'll very easily understand what the system, what is federal government, and what is unitary government. Now let's move on to the next slide.